we are given that the perimeter of the shaded rectangles is 138. Okay, so since the shaded rectangles are all the same, okay, they are identical, so I can just divide by 3. So to find the perimeter of one shaded rectangle first. Okay, so perimeter of one shaded rectangle would just be 138 divided by 3. Right, this gives me 46 centimeters. Alright, so the 4 sides, okay, will give me a perimeter of 46. Okay, I can go and find a pair of length and breadth. Okay, because the 46 is the perimeter, it requires 2 of the length plus the 2 of the breadth. So I'm going to find one set first. Okay, I'll use this to represent it. Okay, the red color line. Okay, so these two add up together would be 46 centimeters divided by 2, because there are 2 sets of length and breadth. 23. Okay, so how do I use the 23? We'll look at this figure now. Okay, this side of the figure. So it is given that the total area of 4 squares is 498. Alright, and the 4 squares can be divided into 2 equal sets. Okay, each set comprises 1 small square and 1 big square. Okay, so they are all unshaded. So 1 small square and 1 big square, okay, will give a total area of 498 divided by 2. Okay, you can also label down square A and B. So 249 centimeters square represents the area, alright, of A and B together. Okay, so A and B together gives me an area of 249 cm square. Now I'm going to use this 23 cm, okay, to find out the area of one shaded rectangle. Okay, so notice carefully that the breadth over here of this shaded rectangle is the same as this length. Okay, because over here we can see that there's a breadth here. Okay, the length of this breadth is the same as the side of the square. Okay, so since it is identical to this square as well, so the side of this square here will be equals to the breadth of the rectangle. So the shaded rectangles are identical, so this must be equals to this. Okay, this breadth must be equals to this side of the square. Notice that the length is also the same, because if you shift this rectangle to here, okay, this portion here, alright, the length of the rectangle, shaded rectangle, will be equals to this, because this length of the rectangle represents the side of square B. So since it's a square, so it must be equals to this length as well. Alright, so I can simply shade this figure. This red color rectangle is the same as this shaded rectangle. Okay, now the 23 is a length and a breadth. Okay, so a length and a breadth. Alright, so since this is the length, okay, the breadth is here of the rectangle, shaded rectangle, and it's the same side of the square, so this must be B as well. Okay, so I have 2 sides here. I get a bigger square because this is B, this is L. Alright, so you can look at the left side as well. This is B, this is L. Okay, we have known that B plus L, length and breadth, is equals to this number, 23 centimeters. Okay, so let's go and find the area of this square. Okay, so look carefully that the area of this square is B plus L times B plus L. Okay, so that's why it's a square also. Okay, and that gives us an area of 529 cm square. Alright, so we can use this to subtract off from here. Okay, the big square. Okay, 529 cm square is the area of this square. So I subtract 249 cm square. That gives me an area of 280 cm square. Okay, so 280 cm square is actually the remaining two shaded rectangles. Okay, so we can get the area of the two shaded rectangles simply from getting the area of the big square, B plus L times B plus L, 23 times 23. So the area of the big square is 529 cm square. To subtract A and B together, 249, that gives me two shaded rectangles. Okay, so the question asks for the three shaded rectangles all together. Okay, so we can find one shaded rectangle. (140 cm square). Then simply take the answer times 3 to find all three shaded rectangles. (420 centimeters square).